got all this on.
Yep, he's
getting carried in. It's even worse. It's a great point.
On to the Dallas Cowboys now. So despite using every media opportunity to heap praise on Dak Prescott remains a quarterback without a contract. Stephen Jones recently referred to Dak as their guy, and yet we learned Jones and Dak's agent haven't spoken since September. Greg, how worrisome is this for Dallas?
First off, it is worrisome if this is true. I find it hard to believe that it's true, being in contract negotiations before, that a team isn't going to speak to either yourself or your agent for that long of period of time. I get it. At the beginning of the season, you want to kind of silence everything and let the players play. And even Dak Prescott said, I just want to play it out now.
And there are some teams that once the season starts, they table negotiations.
Yes.
That does happen at times.
They table it for the most part, but it's never really just done. We're not talking about it.
Quarterback position.
Exactly, Jenna. Exactly.
I mean,
the most important position on your roster, and you're telling me I haven't. No, we're not going to even talk about it. We're not considering even negotiating or coming to a table to meet. I find that hard to believe. Everything we've known, everything we've heard has been the Dallas Cowboys want Dak Prescott. He's our guy of the future. So that lets me know they've not only been communicating with Dak Prescott, his team, the guys around him understand where they are. They're just trying to figure out what's going to be the number. That's the question.
And to me, what this signals, it's a little different. To me, what this signals is the number is going to be the franchise tag. Because Lee Sharp pointed this out, and I think it's a really smart point. Everyone knows what a Venn diagram is. There's what I want, there's what you want, and then there's the circle.
Yep,
there's two circles, and then where the intersection is. The only way you don't talk to your quarterback, the most important player on your team, for 6 months is if the last time you talked, you heard what he wanted, you know what you want to offer, and you realized, man, not only is there no intersection in the circles, but we're so far away that even if we come up 20% and he comes down 20%,
that we're not going to
there is still no intersection in the circle. What this tells me is that original report from, God, I think it was Jane Slater. I like to give credit if I'm right on it. I think it was Jane Slater, the original report back in August, that Dak Prescott wanting 35 to 40 million. That not the report that I think when most of us first saw is like,
we laughed it off.
Give me a break. Not only was that accurate, but that the 35 is probably on the low end of it. The Cowboys must have come in thinking, we're going to pay you just under what Carson Wentz got. And if the Cowboys were thinking 4 years, 120, 30 million a year when Wentz got 4 for 128, and Dak's thinking 4 years, you know, call it 156, which would be, I think, $39 million a year, well then, okay, if we come up to 4 years, 135, if we come up 15 million and you come down 15 million, you're at 4 years, 141, we're still not there. And so this does happen sometimes. You bought a house, you bought a couple houses probably, but when you're going out looking, sometimes you're like, man, I love this house. It's for sale, it's been on the market a long time, I gotta live in this house. And you make your first offer, and their counter is 50% more, and you're like, okay, well, we can, I mean, my offer is my offer. There's no sense in continuing, what, am I going to raise it $5,000 and you're going to make a difference? To me, if you're a Cowboys fan, this is the first really scary sign that this thing ends with the franchise tag, which, by the way, is what I think they should do to start with, but I think most Cowboys fans want this guy in-house long-term.
Greg, which side do you think needs the other one more at this point? Because someone will pay Dak this money, but the Cowboys at this point are this far along and this far vested in Dak and knowing what Dak can do with a guy like Amari and Zeke and the team they have built there. So who needs who more?
I think, honestly, Dak needs the Cowboys more. And the reason why I say that is because we know Jerry Jones wants to win right now. He hired Mike McCarthy to win right now. They have a lot of really good pieces. The quarterback is the one piece that they haven't, that they've been questioning for the last 4 years, really. And so if they are still questioning the quarterback situation, they can go and find a quarterback to insert for a period of time until they come to a realization of what we want to do, who that looks like and how long we're going to put them under contract. So I think Dak Prescott is the odd man right now. He does have leverage because he did play so well, and they want him there, and Mike McCarthy wants to work with him, and he's a young guy that they could build success around, but it hasn't happened. If they had won and made the playoffs, I don't even think we're having this question.
But I wonder if we are. They just make the playoffs. You know, if they go to the conference championship or the Super Bowl, then probably this thing's done. I do wonder if they're far enough away that just making the playoffs wouldn't have been enough. But we talk about Dak Prescott that he's a free agent, but in reality, he's not. In reality, the Cowboys have him under contract for 2 more years, with the second year being a team option. They have him right now. They have a team option on him for about $28 million, and next year they have a team option on him for about $32 million. Those are the franchise tags. So who needs who more? If Dak wants a long-term deal, the Cowboys hold all the cards in this regard, which is why they expect him, I imagine, to come way down from the $35 to $40 million a year. If the Cowboys can do absolutely nothing and guarantee Dak Prescott's their quarterback the next 2 years at a reasonable rate. And so if Dak is willing to play that game, that's fine, and more power to him. But he can be an actual free agent. We're talking about him as a free agent. He's not. He can be an actual free agent in 2 years. The Cowboys can have him with no risk financially past this season and then activate that option again next year. That's where the franchise tag complicates this enormously.
And again, this is a copycat league, and we've seen this with Kirk Cousins in Washington.
And look how that
it
ended.
worked.
Tag, and then he left. Yep, you're right. All right, we got to take a break.
Back it today. There we go. Tomorrow will just be the vest.
Absolutely.
The next day.
Where's it well?
Tune in.
Let him All right, Greg. Time for us to go viral. So the NFL Combine is underway, and Joe Burrow is already in the news. His hands measured in at 9 inches. No first-round quarterback has had smaller hands since back in 2008, and it seems the quarterback is taking it hard. Tweeted yesterday, considering retirement after I was informed the football will be slipping out of my tiny hands. Please keep me in your thoughts. But Patrick Mahomes came to the rescue, replying, my small hands are doing all right so far. I believe in you.
This is why I love Patrick Mahomes, but I love Joe Burrow's response as well. Like,
Great response.
Just roll with it.
It was a great tweet by
good player. I'm the most dominant player, and I think he's imposing his will. Even the other night when he had 17 against the Bucks, he still was trying to impose his will more than what we've typically seen out of Joel Embiid.
You know what helps? Playing that Hawks defense. Maybe they could do that every night.
It does help.
On to the NFL now. Tom Brady will be 43 years old when he starts his 21st season this year, and with the plan for TB12 to play until he is 45, Brady reportedly wants a commitment, a 2-year commitment from the Patriots. Greg, good idea for the Pats to give Brady a 2-year commitment?
I don't know if it's a good idea for the Pats. It would be great for Tom Brady if they decided to give him a 2-year deal. This is what he wants, but this may be what he gets because they don't have any other option. Nick, when you look at the Patriots and their roster, what are they doing? Are they going to go out and get a quarterback? Do they have one? And obviously there are guys out there, but Tom Brady, you compare him to the other guys, you're going to be in the same situation.
A year ago, they didn't think it was a good idea to give Tom Brady a 2-year extension. If they did, we wouldn't be in this position. I can report this with a source close to Tom Brady. The source being Tom Brady on the record 11 times. He actually wants 3 more years. He wants to play 43, 44, and 45. So to me, what this says is, I am not coming back without at least a 2-year commitment. I think he knows the Patriots aren't giving him a 3-year extension. To me, this is a warning flare. If your guys' plan is to offer me a 1-year deal at a bunch of money, that ain't going to cut it. When I do think there's a team out there that not only will offer him 2, I think there's a team that will offer him 3 and say, your goal of playing until you're 45, you can make it happen here. He can only make that happen with 3 more seasons.